to Convention Hopper here at ConBravo 2013. I am Ishida Zazil, and I'm here with the fabulous Mr. Block.
How's it going? Fabulous I am. Yes.
All right. It's an honor to be finally sitting next to you face to face instead of over Skype.
True.
Link to our podcast in the description. Okay, first off, I would like to congratulate you for trolling the internet with the pirated copy of your last album.
Thank you.
I finally found out what the mystery was. I actually enjoyed that mix of the Castlevania 2, the parody mix.
A lot of people have said that.
I like to call it the Space Core mix.
Nice. That's an interesting. Is that a genre you created, or is that?
No, because the voice sounds like the Space Core from Portal 2.
Oh, I thought you meant like the way that nerdcore.
Oh no, I understand. Yeah. No, I understand.
I think Space Core is going to be a new genre now. You've just invented it, so
get
on that, musicians. Let's hear it.
Okay. First off, we're going to start with a really simple question. Within your own catalog of songs, what would you consider your personal favorite?
Ooh, my new personal favorite is probably Cave Story with lyrics, just because it's...
Absolutely. Your song actually got me out to get Cave Story, and it's an amazing
cool.
game, so thank you very much for trying me on this game.
My pleasure. And the thing is that tune from Cave Story has a lot of the same properties lyrically as Mega Man 3 with lyrics. Lots of things... Basically a melody that allows you to show off lyrically. Not all melodies allow you to do that. Just because you can make something rhyme cleverly doesn't mean that you're tacking rhyme on rhyme on rhyme and really making it all flow. So Cave Story, the plantation theme and the title theme, same song, allowed me to do a lot of cool stuff with internal rhyme. And so from a technical standpoint, that's one. But also like Castlevania 2 with lyrics, for my money, just the concept is strong. It's a great tune, which is no fault or it didn't come from me. Like I didn't, but I feel like it's a solid piece of storytelling and joke making.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. The Ballad of the Mages, one of your recent collaborations, was a spectacular undertaking, and I do love that song to this day. But if you listen to the lyrics and try and absorb the personalities of the mages, they're jerks.
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean...
Like, the white mage sings about being underappreciated by the others, and the black mage sings about being ostracized by the others, and the red mage is caught up in his own self-identity issues. Was that sort of intended while you were writing this?
Well, here's the deal, dude. I'm kind of a self-absorbed jerk, and they all came from me. So they're all just me expressing the ways in which I'm self-absorbed, a jerk, and feel put upon by the world.
Is this your call for help to the world?
Yep, that's basically it. Like...
It's okay, we love you.
My swan song note to the world. I'm a white mage, no one appreciates me. No, I think that, it's the kind of thing where I think that anyone, when they're expressing the stuff that really bugs them, there's going to be something petty in there.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're able to express your petty frustrations with the world, somebody out there in the world is going to go, hey, I experienced that same petty frustration. I know what you're saying. So I feel like, and I mean, deep down, what I really wanted to explore was a red mage who, yes, he is self-absorbed, totally. He's a white male.
Yeah.
And
with white hair, no less.
Right, then you've got a female who feels like she's in a world that's sexist, and that's kind of a larger thing. And I'm not preaching it in the song, I'm just pointing out that could be a thing. And then the black mage dealing with racism and just the fear of the unknown and not feeling like you can trust somebody who's not in the tribe with you. And so even though it was a song that had lots of, whining about what's tough about being a mage, I still wanted to, on some level, explore things that are a little bit more real world and a little bit more serious while doing a catchy ukulele tune.
Yes, very much so. Okay, for anyone who actively follows you, it's a well-known fact you have participated in your share of musical theater. On your discography, we can see things like The Shades of Grey and Oozical. Because musical theater is, of course, one of your primary passions and your line of education and such. Last time we spoke, we actually briefly discussed the possibility of the Super Mario musical. I was just wondering if you ever would consider writing any kind of video game musical, whether it be Mario or otherwise.
It's like you're saying, would you consider accepting a golden jet?
No, okay, then let me expand that. Do you plan to?
Well, no, and here's why. Unfortunately, if you don't own the rights to a property, taking the literally years it takes to write a decent musical about it is a total waste of time, because you can have the best piece of writing ever. Put it on Nintendo's desk and they'll go, oh, we don't want that. But it is a good idea. Let's have one of our guys write that. So if you don't own the option, you're just really pissing in the wind. And pardon my Canadian French. It's just the kind of thing where if they came to me and said, will you write a spec song for a Mario musical? I would write them 6 in a night. I would love to be a part of a video game musical, but I don't know if it would be smart for me to take that on because of the fact that, video game companies are getting more and more apt to sue or shut things down. You've got Nintendo, trying to commandeer the revenue of certain Let's Plays.
Yeah.
And things are, they're starting to figure out that people are making money and getting attention from their products in a way that might be undue. So yeah, the short version is I would give my left nut to write a video game musical, but you don't just, if it's based on an actual video game property that exists, you don't just roll up and say, hey, I'm going to do that. It's a little bit more complicated, unfortunately.
Yeah. Maybe you could think about applying your skills in one of the indie developers out there if they've ever got a good soundtrack.
Here's the thing. If you write a musical, people need to know what it's based on. If no one's heard of the game, this is the problem, is that what you really want to write is a musical based on Mario, Sonic, Zelda, Metroid, one of the heavy hitters that everyone goes, oh, I know that story. But if it's indie, even like Cave Story, and frankly, a lot of musicals would not make, the stories involved in the characters would not make good musicals. Like Cave Story, what does Quote feel? Nothing. He just can't remember stuff. He's a robot. Like you'd have to create a whole new world. So the short version is, like I said, I would love to write a musical based on a big video game property, but I feel like it's probably not going to happen until I'm approached. So cross your fingers, but don't hold your breath.
Okay, perfect. One of your earlier and arguably most well-known with lyric songs is Tetris, in which you profess that singing the Tetris song is a surefire way to calm down an infuriated girlfriend. Have you ever actually successfully unlocked the T-spot?
No. Many spots, but never that one.
Okay. Taking an in-depth look at your Brentalfloss channel, you see a lot of, sprinkled in between songs and the beer, are a lot of videos where you give some serious discussion on various topics. Matter of fact, those were actually your first 2 videos before you actually started doing music. It's clear you have a strong personal voice and an unquenchable drive to share your opinions with the world.
It cannot be quenched.
Which is why I was actually pleased to hear about your upcoming channel, BB Spaces or BB Spin, depending on which one you're going with. So by the way, I'd like to reiterate my vote goes towards BB Spaces on that matter. Would you like to possibly tell anyone who hasn't heard the news a little bit about that and maybe some upcoming topics?
Well, I'm going to be vague because I haven't publicly announced this yet, and I'm trying to keep it something that only certain members of the mailing list know about for a while, so here's what I will say. Okay. Enough people have come up to me and said at conventions or said via email, we want to see more original stuff from you. Or, I don't really care about the video game stuff, but I love what you do outside of that. And I love what I do outside of it, but I feel like the With Lyrics series is my day job. And that's the thing that pays the bills. It's kind of like, Doug Walker, personal friend of mine, walked away from the Nostalgia Critic. And the audience said, oh no, you will not do that. And he, basically had a choice to make. And he returned to the critic because at the end of the day, if your audience likes something that you do specifically, it's hard to say no to that. But that said, I feel like I could do more than what I'm doing now, and that diluting the brand of video game comedy on the Brentalfloss channel with stuff that's not video game comedy really just kind of hurts the brand. So I wanted to branch off and do kind of an experimental new channel that I slowly phase in. And sorry to say, the official title is the BB Spin, only because the title animation spins. But yeah, I'm basically over the next 6 months to a year going to be doing the legwork to get this channel going, and eventually have 2 brands. One that is my video game comedy channel, Brentalfloss, and one that's pretty much the goulash of everything else that I do over at BB Spin.
Okay, perfect. Because you are a master multitasker, you're also involved in the upcoming web series My Life as a Video Game, which I and many others have donated towards. For those who haven't already thrown money at you, would you like to give our audience a brief summary of the project?
Sure. Basically, it's Captain N for adults. Petros Ioannou, my friend who plays the lead role and also is the writer and director, plays a role called Don DeWitt, and it's this guy who basically finds himself in a video game world and travels through different video game worlds. And I play Menu, who is his wrist helper. I'm basically a computer program that he finds on his wrist that helps him, and also is kind of a smartass in all these different video game genre kind of worlds.
Okay, perfect. So that's coming up soon. Finally, it's clear that in addition to your With Lyrics series, you're actually looking into composing original songs with video games, like the Bioshock song and Meet Me in the Dungeon Deer and Baby Mario and Papa Yoshi. Will we be seeing more slightly original based content like that, like more original songs in the video game genre?
Yes, Bioshock Infinite being a particular one that I can't really tell you much about, just know that it will be an original, like the Bioshock song was, but it's hopefully going to be a barbershop quartet.
That sounds amazing. I just finished Bioshock Infinite myself, so I'm totally riding the wave right now.
Awesome.
Okay, that's all we have time for right now. Thank you very much for sitting and talking with us.
My pleasure.
Anyone watching, you can. We've got a lot of videos featuring Brentalfloss and all his other Toronto shows. You can check out the playlist on the YouTube channel. This is Ishida Zazil from AC Studios, signing off from ConBravo 2013. Thank you very much.